Welcome back to Legends May Live, where we explore the mysterious, the unexplained, and the downright eerie. I'm Drew, and today we're exploring a truly bizarre story that just might make you look at the people around you a little bit differently. There's something truly unsettling about a person vanishing into thin air. One moment they're here, laughing, texting, making plans, and then suddenly they're gone. But what if they never really left? What if they kept texting, kept emailing, kept reaching out, only in ways that made no sense at all? What if the person you thought had disappeared was watching you? It's November 13th, 2012, a cold gray morning in Omaha, Nebraska. 37-year-old Carrie Farber wakes up in the apartment of Dave Krupa. He's a mechanic she's been casually dating. It's nothing serious, just a little fun with no strings attached. That's what they had both agreed on. Dave got up and headed to work early. He told Carrie goodbye and asked her to lock up when she left. She was about to go home and get ready for work as well. But she never does. Instead, later that day, Dave gets a text from Carrie, and it's strange. Her text said, "I think we should move in together." Dave frowns at his phone, a little annoyed. That's not what they had agreed on. So he responded politely but firmly, letting her know it's really not what he was looking for. Carrie immediately begins a flurry of angry texts, cursing him and telling him he would regret this. The change in tone is instant and unsettling. Carrie had always been a level-headed person. What Dave doesn't know is that this is just the beginning. Hours turn into days, and the texts don't stop. Carrie's sending things like, "I hate you, you ruined my life," and "I'm watching you." It keeps escalating to the point where Dave starts getting hundreds of messages a day. Then, thousands. And it's not just Dave. Carrie's friends and family are also getting messages, telling them that she's moved away and doesn't want to be contacted. It makes no sense, because no one has actually seen Carrie in person. Months pass and the messages continue. And then the harassment escalates. One morning, Dave gets up for work. He looks at his phone and takes a deep sigh as he sees the hundreds of notifications. He puts on his work clothes and steps out the door, but as he does, he can immediately see deep scratches carved into the paint of his car. Someone had covered it with scratches and dents the night before. But it doesn't stop there. As the weeks go on, Dave begins to notice that someone has been entering his apartment. There are objects and furniture that's periodically moved around. Things have gone missing, and just obvious signs that he's not the only one coming and going. His ex-girlfriend, Liz Gollier, is also being stalked. She's getting threatening messages, and she swears there's someone lurking around her place. One night, Liz calls the police. She's frantic, saying that her house is on fire. But she tells the police she knows exactly who did it. It was Carrie Farber. For years, the police had been searching for Carrie. Even though her early messages claimed she wanted to disappear, and there were claims that she was having severe mood swings just before it all started, her mother didn't believe it. Her sudden disappearance and the threatening messages were so unlike her. Family pressured the police to investigate, as Carrie's mother was certain that she would never walk out on her son like that. She had been a wonderful mother and a loving person. Initially, the investigation into Carly's disappearance focused on Dave, though they were quickly able to rule him out. His alibi checked out, and he was fully cooperating with authorities. Not only that, he appeared to be genuinely afraid that she was going to hurt him. Police tracked Carrie's accounts, but aside from auto drafts, her bank and cards were never touched. It seemed like Carrie truly wanted to live off the radar. So then why was she stalking and vandalizing Liz and Dave's property? For 4 years, police were chasing a ghost. They believed a story that never quite made sense. But then, in 2015, detectives finally dug deeper and found something truly chilling. While the full story, all the details are still unknown, this is a reconstruction of what is believed to have happened. On the morning of November 13th, 2012, after Dave left for work, Carrie lied in bed for a few more minutes before getting up and grabbing a cup of coffee. She gathered up her belongings and left, locking the door behind her. Then, getting into the car, she drove back to her home to get dressed for work. As she parked in the driveway, she noticed someone approaching her from the side mirror. She recognized the usually friendly face, so she politely hopped out and asked what the person was doing there. But immediately this person pulled out a weapon and demanded that Carrie get in their car. She was stunned. It felt like some kind of twisted joke. But she complied and reluctantly got into the car. The two rode in silence for a few minutes before pulling up to another house. Carrie was forced inside. She asked why all this is happening, and quickly her captive says, "Dave is mine." Then Liz Gollier begins her attack, stabbing Carrie repeatedly and then disposing of the body. Investigators made a break in the case when they were finally able to trace the IP address behind Carrie's messages and social media accounts. They all traced back to Liz, and when investigators searched her phone, they found something horrifying. Buried deep in her deleted files, they found a photo of a decomposing human foot. Carrie's foot. Liz had killed Carrie in a fit of jealousy, murdered her, then stole her identity. For 4 years, she pretended to be the woman she had killed. She tormented Dave. She pretended to stalk herself. She even set fire to her own home, just to make the lie believable. And she almost got away with it. But in 2017, she was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison. Carrie Farber was never the stalker. She was the victim. A woman who loved her son, her job, and her life. A woman who deserved so much more. A woman who should have never disappeared at all. Cases like these remind us of the power of digital deception, of how easy it is to hide behind a screen, and how sometimes the monster we fear most is the one standing right next to us. And that wraps up today's episode of Legends May Live. Let me know your thoughts, or if you've got a story of your own, we'd love to hear it. You can find us on legendsmaylive.com or our social media accounts. Make sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share with a friend who loves an eerie tale. Until next time, keep your eyes open and keep a lookout, because it turns out legends may live.